Hello from Minecraft. I know it's a little bit of a change from the City Skylines 2 videos, but I wanted to mention something here today in a little bit of a one-off video. I have been doing some programming in advance of Oakridge Season 14 launching. I'm currently on Oakridge Season 13 and we're wrapping that up in the next couple of weeks, launching Season 14 in December once the Mounts of Mayhem drop releases. And as part of that, every season we'd go through and update all of the different little add-ons and mods that we have running on this realm. This is a Bedrock realm, so I say add-ons. And one add-on in particular is fully custom coded by me. A lot of the other add-ons that we have in this realm are coded by my co-owner, Miranda, or are simply modified from other existing add-ons that are around, like a chisel pack or an advancements pack, but one is coded by me, and I wanted to highlight that today, and that is the Oakridge Components pack. The AvgZing-Oakridge Components pack is basically my utility pack that has a bunch of different small functions that don't really deserve their own add-on individually, but once they're all combined into one, it just creates a pretty cohesive environment. So I wanted to run you through all the different functions of this so that if you feel like any of these are useful or you want to use this add-on in your world, you can do so. I'm starting off on the GitHub page because this is where it's published. It's on the Oakridge Minecraft GitHub organization with the Components Pack repository. And if you want to download this, you can head to the releases page and download the MC pack from here. I'll be including a link to this releases page in the description of the video so you can more easily download this MC pack and any future updates that come to it. Currently, we're on version 2.1.0 for Bedrock Edition 1.21.120. which is the current version just prior to Mounts of Mayhem, and this should continue to work as we move forward. So let's run you through the different functions of the AvgZing-Oakridge Components pack. First things first, setting the time to nighttime, there is a game rule in Minecraft called player's sleeping percentage, and if you set this to 0, you effectively have one player sleep built into the game. However, not everybody knows to set that game rule, and sometimes your game rules just get reset. So I have a one player sleep portion of this pack, which will make sure that player sleeping percentage is set to 0. All you gotta do is get in the bed, get out of bed, and now player sleeping percentage will be at 0. As you can see in chat, it also sends a message in chat so that everybody knows who is going to sleep. And once you do go to sleep, you'll sleep like normal. You'll send the message in chat, and then you'll get a little good morning pop-up on the very bottom of your screen. Not only that, let's take this outside so we can watch the weather. What it's going to do as I go to sleep, if you look really closely, you'll see there's a flicker of rain. And if I properly sleep fully through the night, you'll see that the rain is going to clear up. The reason behind this is because if you run the /weather clear command, there have been in the past bugs where the weather only clears for a set duration of time, and the very next day it will always rain. So instead, each night it will set the weather to rain, whether it's raining or not, and then it will run the toggle downfall command, which will toggle it from rain back to clear and fully reset the randomness counter. So you'll get a proper random duration between each period of rain after it gets reset each night. This should reduce the amount of rain, but it should keep it random, so if it does decide like it needs to rain within a given day, it will happen still. So all those different things are all bundled into the one-player sleep components within this pack. So even though Minecraft does have its own one-player sleep components in vanilla, this will just add in those extra little quality of life tweaks to make sure everything gets reset and works as intended. Next up, there is an AFK display. This is currently broken in the current version because they messed up the Friends tab. So basically any scoreboards that are set to list, they used to show up underneath the Players in World tab, but now if you open the Social tab, you don't see any scoreboards in here anymore. So they totally messed that up. But if I join with my other account, I can show you the AFK display. If a player stands in one place for 5 minutes, then they will show up as this, one player AFK. As soon as they move even an inch, suddenly it no longer shows as AFK. Now if the sidebar was working in the social tab, then yes, it would show up as AFK in there as well, but for now you can just rely on the name tags like that. That's component number 2. Component number 3 is an hours played counter. So you're going to need a command block in order to see this, but Basically, this component adds two scoreboards. One is for ticks since last hour, and the other is for hours played. What it does is every tick, it'll add a count to the scoreboard, and after an hour's worth of ticks, it'll add one to your hours played counter. So you can see that someone else on this world has played for 236 hours. I haven't even played for one because this is just a local copy and this is a new account on this world, but hypothetically, if I had played for 390 hours worth of time, then I would have 392 hours played. You can set up a command block to set this to display in your world, or you can just have it playing constantly, whatever it is that you need. In our case, I have a command block that sets the hours played scoreboard to display for 1 minute, and then it will hide again. Now the other addition to this hours played counter is that it only counts time played while not AFK. So if you are AFK and you're not moving around, like how Oakridge Admin here is AFK and not moving around, then it will not add to your hours played. It will not count towards your ticks, which is, I think, a good thing, because generally people will AFK at farms overnight and all, and you don't want that to influence the time played. So this is a kind of nice solution in my opinion. That's component number 3. Component number 4 is a brand new feature that I added in this most recent update. If you want to get to spawn more easily, you can run a custom command /tospawn, and that will automatically teleport you to 0, 100, 0, just like I ran for Oakridge Admin over here. It's a fairly simple command, all things considered, but it does the job and it'll get you out of pickle. Anybody can run this, whether they're op or not. It does not require cheats to be enabled. You can run it in any world at any time. The 5th component within this pack is one that's brand new and enabled only by Bedrock 1.21.120. If you hold a compass in your hand, it'll tell you what biome you're in. So you can see right here, it tells me I'm in a plains biome. And after a few seconds of walking into this biome, it'll tell me that I'm in a flower forest, followed soon by a change as I move into this river biome. Maybe, there we go. And once I get back on land to what looks like a sunflower plains, there we go. It updates just like that. Should be a pretty handy feature. It's very minor, but it'll just come in handy since we don't have an F3 debug screen like on Java Edition. Next up is a feature that may or may not make sense for your worlds. If you accidentally break budding amethyst or a monster spawner, they will actually drop their physical items. Now for budding amethyst, I think this makes sense in basically every world, because everybody needs a budding amethyst block and they can be moved around anywhere. This stops your geodes from just being forcibly located there. Monster spawners, however, might not make nearly as much sense unless you're using other Oakridge packs. In order to do that, you need to become an Oakridge member, because once you place down a monster spawner, you lose the spawn egg within it. So you're going to need to have another add-on, not the components pack, that will allow you to have access to those spawn eggs. On Oakridge, we have an add-on that adds a custom villager, a custom trader, that allows you to buy spawn eggs called the Dungeon Master, but that's on Oakridge only, and you're going to have to find your own solution or join Oakridge to gain access to those packs. Either way, that's component number 6, and that should be pretty nice and simple. And the final component is a death counter scoreboard. You can see there's a scoreboard on the right now, and if I teleport up and plummet to my death, I will die, and I will respawn with one singular death. And I can, of course, repeat this in as many different ways of dying as I need to. I can drown, I can take fall damage, whatever happens. Either way, I will continue to build up the deaths on the scoreboard. And this is a pack that was originally coded by Raven Mad Hatter a few years ago, and this has been part of the components pack for quite a while, but it's just been bundled in with everything else for now, and it's continuing to work pretty well. So those are the 7 components within this pack, and all of them are multiplayer compatible. Just to run through them again, we got 1 player sleep, we got an hours played counter and scoreboard, we got a biome display when you're holding a compass, mob spawners and amethyst will break when they're broken, you have a /tospawn command, you have a death counter scoreboard, and you have an AFK displays scoreboard, all that will work together. Now if this pack sounds interesting to you, here's how you run it. First things first, you head to the GitHub page, go to the releases page, and download whatever the latest MC pack is, just like I told you in the beginning of the video. Then when you're in Minecraft and creating a new world, you can name whatever you want to, and make sure you add the AvgZing-Oakridge Components pack version 2.1.0 or whatever version you're running at that time. You'll notice that it doesn't automatically disable cheats, which is a great thing if you don't want to have that done. Create the world with the Components pack enabled, And once you've loaded into your beautiful Minecraft world, you're going to want to run the command /function initialize. Once you run that, it'll say successfully executed 5 function entries. And effectively what this does is it creates the scoreboards for all of the functions to work. Your AFK time, which counts up to the AFK display, the ticks, which counts up to the hours played, and your death counter scoreboard will all be created when you run that function initialize. And once you've run that function, everything should immediately start working. You can go find yourself a compass, figure out what biome you're in. You can find yourself a budding amethyst block and start breaking it to pick it all up in survival mode or creative mode or whatever you want to. Nice and simple, short and sweet, and hopefully this all works out. All that said, that's it for this overview of the components pack. Short and simple, 7 components that hopefully can make your Minecraft world easier, and if you don't like it, then no worries. Don't worry about it, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to hear more about the different add-on work that I'm doing, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try and make more videos like this that keep you posted on the different add-ons that I'm creating. Otherwise, you can follow me on my GitHub, which is at AvgZing, and all the different add-ons that I'm working on will continue to be uploaded to there. With all that said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next, more normal, hopefully, video. Bye-bye!